Welcome back to Nortex Radio. We are on episode 19, January 9th, the morning after sweeping our division. 51-26 win over Philly last night. Man, we look good.
Yep.
Not a whole lot really to complain about from last night. We can nitpick, but I mean, what we needed to do, we did. McCarthy said earlier in the week, after last week, people asking, are we resting guys? No. Offense needs to figure the fuck out. I think we did. And it's funny. Every single guy on that offense that has spoke out about this team, we're the leading scoring offense in the NFL. And we still aren't clicking on all cylinders. Granted, we did look 1,000 times better last night, but we can still do even better than that. And that's what has me confident as shit. But McCarthy said we're playing. We played. Looks like we got in a groove. Got everybody back on track. Figuring our shit out. Solid win. Especially over Philly.
I mean, divisional game. And then coming off that loss to the Cardinals, like that's exactly what we wanted to see. We knew early yesterday that Philly wasn't playing everybody. They were playing a lot of twos. Hey, that's on them. That's on Nick Sirianni. Yep. I'm with you. I like the decision that McCarthy made and said, we need our ones out there. We need everybody synced up. We need to figure out where the disconnect is going into the playoffs. And hanging 51 points is a good way to figure that out. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And even Zeke spoke up about it earlier in the week, too. He said, what was it, 2016, whenever we were the number one seed. So we had a first round bye. We set everybody week 17. So we had 2 weeks off, came out, got beat. Zeke said, no, I'm playing. I don't give a shit. But I'm glad everybody's on page. McCarthy, Zeke, players. Got it figured out. We look good. So hopefully we keep that shit rolling. Starting off inside Dak. Dak looked good. 6 incompletions, 21-27 for 295, 5 TDs. Not much else to say. I mean, that you can't complain about that one a bit.
Yeah, and I think we still we scored 2 even after he was out of the game. Granted, they were both rushing touchdowns, but still.
Right.
I mean, he played great, but it also just goes to show like the depth of this offense isn't hinged just around whether Dak plays good or not. I mean,
exactly.
Zeke had a better game, still not, the greatest thing we'd expect him, but he's back up to averaging 5 yards a carry.
Right.
We saw depth with Corey Clement. And then, we had freaking Jaquan Hardy, Smith. So, and at that point, then it just becomes fun. I mean, sorry that's at the expense of Philly. Like, if it was anyone else, I might feel sorry for you, but I don't really give a shit about Philly. All throughout the game, everybody is just, oh, Cowboys are cool because their ones are beating our twos. Like, do you guys remember week 3?
Yeah, no shit.
Like, this isn't something. I mean, we've already talked about why we decided to play who we decided to play. And I mean, it ended up being a fun game in the second half. We saw the Kylo Ren meme of like everybody is like Mike McCarthy coming out of the locker room, just more.
Yeah.
So,
and it was.
Yeah, it was a fucking bloodbath. So, it was a great game.
We fucking hate Philly. Them talking shit, people talking, just football people hating the Cowboys in general talking shit. Like you said, the ones beating the twos. Like you said, week 3. I hope we play them again.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
I hope we play them again.
Great.
Because we'll go back to Arlington and we're going to hang a fucking 100.
Yeah.
Mike's going to be like, all gas, no brakes. And hopefully everybody's back at that point.
Yeah. I looked at, how we can move around, but are they pretty much locked in at the 7? I looked at how we can move up and down with the games that happened today. Just so anyone doesn't know, this is Sunday morning.
With us beating them, I think they're locked at 7.
Okay. If we get the 2, then we get to play them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So all right. I know I was looking at it earlier. So we need Tampa to lose.
Yeah, it's Tampa, Arizona, and the Rams all to lose.
Oh God, who are they playing?
Tampa is should I had it written down. Tampa's at the Panthers, Rams at Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah. So, I mean, worst we do is where we're at 4. I think what I saw was if the Bucks win and the other 2 lose, we move to 3.
Yeah.
If they all 3 win, we stay at 4 and we play, I'm guessing what would be Arizona next week. But yeah, that would be cool for all the cards to shake out and we get Philly again. And,
I would love that.
And then you're talking about then we have Michael Parsons and Trey Diggs both playing in that game. So
exactly. Fuck your ones.
Yeah. I mean,
man. Couple things I liked. 8 for 13 on third downs, 2 for 2 on fourth. We gave up 1 sack, no turnovers, and we punted the ball 1 time. You do those things, you're probably winning the ball game. We've hit on it before. Not turning the ball over. I mean, literally, we punted 1 time. That means we're scoring every single possession.
Yep. Just a small little note I made because I was thinking about it yesterday during the game. I almost texted you, and I was getting a little concerned, but I made a note of it. Kelvin Joseph, man, early in the game, he's matched up on Devontae Smith. 3 plays in a row. Devontae Smith takes off on a go route, pulls up short. Good like 12, 13-yard gain. And Brian Greasy, everybody in the booth is just, oh, Kelvin Joseph, young man, you're gonna blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Kelvin Joseph didn't get cooked that game at all.
No.
I thought for sure they're gonna run that route a couple of times with Smith, and then he's gonna pull a double move. He's gonna dust Kelvin Joseph. Kelvin Joseph stayed on his heels the whole game. He played great. Devontae Smith didn't play the whole game, but that's more stuff that we want to see. If Trey Diggs is out there, he's matched up on him. So to see Kelvin Joseph come in first year and not jump those routes when he continues to do them like that and get cooked on a double move. He ended up having, 7 tackles to assist.
Yeah.
Played great. Not shit that, no helmet popping or anything like that. Nothing that you're going to see fucking day to day, but that is the kind of shit that we're looking for. Like, this is why these games are important for us. We got a rookie guy like that, and we're out here seeing what he can do. In a game like this.
No, I was actually watching that too, and I almost text you also. Like, I loved it because we are already in the playoffs, and we should have beat them anyways. But it was nice. Hey, Trey's out. You got the number 1 guy.
Yeah. Let's
see what you can do. Let's see who you are. You want to play big boy ball? Let's go. I loved it. Granted, a couple of those routes, Devontae Smith ran some good fucking routes. He did.
Absolutely.
One of those balls he had to go up and get was an amazing catch. Fucking hate complimenting anything about Philly, but it was nice. But like you said, Kelvin did his job. Gave up a couple yards, yeah. But like you said, they could have turned around and ran a double move on him, but he was being patient. Give up the 12. You don't want to, but it's better than giving up 60 to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Yeah, Kelvin had a great day. Dropped a pick early on. That led to a weird fucking catch. But, yeah. Kelvin, Kelvin's my number 1 jersey watch for next offseason.
Okay.
I hope he has – I can't wait to hear how camp goes and everything next summer. Granted, we got playoffs more important. But Kelvin Joseph is not my number 1 jersey watch for next year. I'm excited to see what he can do. He plays like he should. him and Trayvon's going to be amazing to have on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that's a crazy combination to think about, especially with those those Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson type teams that we played. Granted, I mean the Vikings fucking suck this year, but when you go play against those teams that have two, good to elite wide receivers, we're not concerned.
No.
If we have two corners performing like that consistently, we're not losing any sleep over it. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I meant to write it down. I don't even have it fucking ready. Do you have Lars's Twitter question?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I meant to have it wrote down. I did not.
Just to kind of sum it up, off-season moves. What are we able to do? What is in the interest of us when it comes to Cedric Wilson, Michael Gallup, and possibly even Amari Cooper?
You want to start it?
Yeah, I'll start it. So the interesting part of that question to me, and I know this is why Lars threw it in there, just because I know Lars, he threw in Amari Cooper. We both, everybody pretty much knows Michael Gallup and Cedric Wilson are going to be unrestricted free agents next year, but he threw in the Cooper end of the question. So I got to dig in a little bit. Amari Cooper, he's on a 5-year, $100 million contract. The caveat to this is at the end of this season, there's what I interpret as the NFL's equivalent of a club option. The Cowboys are able to get out. He's already been given his $40 million guaranteed, and it's only a $6 million dead hit to us. I think this is interesting because I think Amari Cooper is very unhappy.
Right.
That was very much talked about yesterday. He's made it known throughout the week. I think that after kind of what's going on between the Arizona game and this game, that it might be an option to be explored, especially with, that gets us out of the remaining $100 million of his contract. I don't want to see him go. We talk about it all the time. We never want to see people go, but it's a business. Right. So I don't know. I know you have the numbers on kind of what Michael Gallup should look like getting projected coming off of this season. And at the rate that we're going, I feel like Cedric's ceiling is always rising. This guy is just fucking, he's setting his own fucking limit, and it's getting crazy.
Cedric's getting paid.
Yeah. I'm one of those guys. I don't like the hate and discontent. I do think it's blatantly obvious that Amari Cooper isn't as happy as you would like him to be.
Right.
He had the touchdown catch yesterday. That wasn't a touchdown because he flared himself out of bounds. And then right after that, we go to Dalton Schultz, and it's just like, fuck, that pissed him off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to go after Cedric. I think we throw Michael Gallup some money. I think we throw an offer his way. I would like to say we do the same thing for Cedric, but I don't know. We have the cap room, and then especially if we let go of Amari Cooper, or we walk away from that contract, or whatever the fucking NFL terminology for it is.
Right.
There's some more money to play with on those other two guys, but
man, great question. Really good question. I loved it because got to digging in it afterwards. For me, if I'm in charge, which there's a lot of shit that goes down. Like I said, Michael Gallup was originally projected roughly 4 years, $50 to $60 million. Just tore his fucking ACL.
Yeah.
Hate that for the guy. Obviously, that's going to go down. It is. It's the way life goes. Someone may come out of nowhere and offer him money, having full faith in him, but you just don't do that. Because it's a business. We talk about it all the time. I would love to have Gallup back. The ACLs are scary, but also these doctors are amazing. Look at what they can do. But for me, Cooper is very, very upset, and you can see it. For me, though, I'm a big Amari Cooper fan. not even just from the Cowboys point. Amari Cooper is such a good receiver, and he's such a professional. Whenever he was upset, talked to McCarthy, talked to Kellen. Hey, I want more targets. I should be doing more. You're paying me money. Let me do my job. He didn't go blow up about it. He talked to who he needed to talk to. Even the touchdown that he floated out of bounds on himself, because he made the big play right before. So we went back to him trying to give him the touchdown. He's like, that's me. That's on me.
Immediately.
If he doesn't cradle, if he goes out and gets it, it's touchdown. And he knew it. And I mean, he knew that play was rewarded for the play before to try and get him back in the end zone. So after that, you just got to go and score. Amari Cooper is such a professional. He understands that. And I love that about him. Even his frustrations, when you see it on the field, he's not just losing his mind. I mean, he's very under control of himself. And I love that. For me, I keep him around. I do. We're deadly. You have him and CD, let alone anybody else, then you have to guard. A Michael Gallup, if you bring back. A Cedric Wilson, who you bring back. A Noah Brown, who played great whenever we went through the couple weeks of injuries at the receiving corps. And then we got Simi Fioco, who was a mid-round pick out of Stanford. Dealt with a couple injuries, but also, I mean, we're so freaking deep. He hasn't even got to see the field yet. That's another name. I mean, he's getting all this knowledge from these guys. He's going to be one to look out for, and I think he sees more playing time next year. But for me, it sucks and I hate it. I love Michael Gallup. Knee injuries are scary, and I think that's really the only thing that's going to make him come back and be a Cowboy is because he's going to have to re-bet on himself. He's not going to get the 4-year, $50 million. I just don't see it happening after tearing your ACL week 17. So, I mean, we may get Gallup back on a lesser deal, but I keep Cooper and I hit Cedric pretty hard. I try to keep Cedric, but also at the same time, Cedric has played great without Gallup out earlier in the year and even the past 2 weeks. And Cedric's going to get a lot of looks in the playoffs as long as we stay in. So Cedric's playing for a Super Bowl and a lot of money. So you're going to see him play his ass off. So if he plays well, I don't think we're going to be able to financially keep him around just because he is playing so good. Oh, hell, my internet's messing up. I was looking a while ago. Who was it? Damn it. I had somebody circled on here as a free agent, and now I cannot find them. Hell, actually, Cedric Wilson's probably my number one that we can afford. I mean, maybe. Yeah. He's going to play great, so he's going to get paid. But when you start getting to that mid-tier guys, he's my number one I'm going to. Knows the offense, knows his quarterback. Go give him the money instead of trying to bring somebody else in. But he's probably getting paid. But I'm bringing Cooper back. I am. If it's me, I'm bringing Cooper back. He's worth the money. He's professional about it. He's not being a nuisance to the locker room. He's not being a black hole just sucking everybody down. He's a hell of a team player. He's a professional. I bring him back. Still got CD. Bring one of those other guys back. Still not sure what Michael Gallup's going to be able to do next year, but I'm staying on the CD or on the Amari train. That's just me. I don't let him go. Like you said, us playing a Minnesota. Other teams have to do that to us when we have those two guys on the field.
Yeah.
Let alone the other guys we got. But you got to stop last year, 2,000-yard receivers. I keep him around. But I love the question. But yeah, Cooper, CD, hopefully Cedric, and then Simi Fioco. That's my 4 I'm trying to roll out next year. and then may dabble in free agency somewhere else. But I feel like I would move on from Michael on the business side as much as I love him and go more after Cedric, but it might flip-flop because of the injury, literally for both of them. Because Cedric's going to get more looks and people are going to see what he can do with Michael Gallup being out.
Yeah. I mean, doubling back on it real quick, because I feel like we could say here, we could play hypotheticals all day. And I love it. That is what's cool about it. When we started this, we were just talking about, hey, this is what happened during the game. This is what we need to do next week. Cool. Thanks for listening for 45 minutes. This is actually fucking like this type of interaction has actually pulled us in to doing research. And that's another thing that I was thinking about. I mean, the shit we always read on fucking Twitter, whatever you read, like this, when people are asking you these questions and you're talking about it, like you're really forced to do your research. So the big thing that comes up to me is like the way that I looked at it, if we move on from Amari Cooper and we have this $6 million cap hit, I inverse that in my brain. Is Amari Cooper worth more than $6 million? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Easy.
And on top of everything you said, we have this, it's like this leadership type role. We saw it on Hard Knocks, just the professionalism. I mean, the guy plays chess as a hobby. Like that's what he does as a hobby. He's playing chess. And all the examples that you made about the leadership on and off the field, if we continue this contract, we're in it for a great number. When the contract is up in its full term life, I mean, he's at 30, and then that we're sitting in a very good position to either we got a great 5 years out of him for $100 million, and now we're in a very good position to negotiate and say, hey, Amari, we had 2 Super Bowls over the last 5 years. Like now you're at 30, all while you've been helping develop these Semi Fiocos, these Noah Browns, Cedric Wilson's, I think the same age as Amari Cooper, but still you've developed these younger, less tiered athletes along the way. Like, do you want to go out with a star? That's fine. We can make that happen.
Right.
So I do think it's definitely in our best interest, because like I said, when I looked at it and I thought, okay, we're going to only take a $6 million cap hit. So his annual salary is 20. Is that $6 million worth it? Also, inversely, is that $14 million worth it?
Right.
He's absolutely worth the $14 million.
Oh, yeah. And I love what you said about going out like with the star, like you said, This contract's up. Hypothetical, we got 2 Super Bowls. That's another thing. We're an excellent football team right now. Like I said earlier, we're the highest scoring offense, and we haven't even played what we should. We have a pretty good window here in the next few years to really, really compete. Why let one of the best receivers in the league go? Why?
Yeah.
I love that you said that, because we're the next 5-ish years, we are competing hard for a Super Bowl, multiple Super Bowls. So I love that you said that, because that right there, keep his ass. Let's go play. Draft and deal with free agency elsewhere. Receivers are fine. Yeah,
I agree. So big thing you kind of dabbled in last year, but I saw this last night before I went to bed. First team in NFL history, 4,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver, at least 10 sacks by a defensive player, and at least 10 picks by a defensive player. First team in the history of the NFL, not the NFC, not the AFC, not the modern era, not the fucking whatever, not only playing on Sundays, not 18-game season, the entire NFL.
Yeah.
First team to ever do it. Mind you, we're also the highest scoring team in the league. So if you think that this team cannot play on both sides of the ball, I don't know what to tell you.
You hate the Cowboys. That's it.
That's all it is. It's nothing more than that.
Oh, we the boys. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Lars, great question. We loved it. I don't really have anything much else on the Cowboys right now. We don't know who we're playing next week. We'll be at home because we won the division. So we got a home game next week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Nobody knows. We don't know who we're playing. We don't know what day we're playing. But by the time you listen to this, you'll probably know. But right now, we don't know. So, but it's playoff time for us. Flipping pages. Man, it's a good week to be a Dallas guy.
It was a real good week.
Mavs are on a 5-game win streak.
Mavs are hot.
5-game win streak. Which that's went past last episode, but this week, Monday, 103-89 over Denver. We had 6 guys in double digits. Luka was 2 rebounds from a triple-double, 90% from the free throw line. That's a good Denver team. Wednesday, 99-82 over Golden State. Keep Golden State to 82. Great thing to do.
Yeah.
And then Friday, 130-106 over Houston. No Luka, and we put up 130 points. 6 guys also in double digits. We're playing damn good basketball.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to critique in Dallas right now.
There's not. The big thing that we were hitting on early in this season is we play good against shitty teams. We don't play as good against good teams. That's Denver, Golden State. Those are 2 powerhouse teams in the West Conference. And we hold them both below 100, both below 90, actually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel pretty confident in saying that that's not anything that either one of them expected.
No.
We have 41 forever. We come out and just play fucking lights out against Golden State. Steph's like 14 points. Yeah.
Our boy.
I mean, it's a fucking really cool week as a Mavs fan. And like you said, against Houston the other night, just beat the shit out of them, put 130 up. Yeah. Everybody is scoring. It's like you 6 people in double digits. That's the role-playing shit that we've been talking about all week. It seems like across one of the 4 sports, we get to talk about that every week. Somebody stepping up, playing a role. And that's what it was. Like no Porzingis. Luka is back on the whole ankle thing. Jason Kidd went out with COVID. He tested positive once they got to Houston.
Right.
So that was literally nothing but role players, and multiple role players are in double digits.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that, the Houston Rockets are the 1980s Boston Celtics, but I mean, we still did what we needed to do with the personnel that we had.
Yeah. Missing our head coach and top 2 players, and still put up 130. I don't give a shit what team it is.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah. So good week to be a Mavs fan, man.
Oh yeah. And like you said, 41 forever. Shout out to Dirt. Numbers in the rafters. You go watch the Mavs and Stars. You go to American Airlines. Take a peek up. Check it out. Well deserved. The only guy to play 21 seasons for one team. Brought a championship to Dallas. Maybe the best foreign player of all time. I mean, blessed to have Dirk as a Mav. Cuban's building a statue outside American Airlines.
We do have to talk about that real quick. I don't know if Mark Cuban listens to this. We have to. Somebody has to do something about the three balls.
That was weird.
We all understand the idea. Everybody that's seen the statue understands the idea of the whole Dirk 1 foot, fade away, the arcing fucking shot that he sinks every single time. But we don't need 3 balls. We can't have 3 balls. 1 will be fine. I hope we're not the only people talking about this. I hope it makes its way to Mark Cuban and whatever architects designing that statue, because it just can't. We can't do it with 3 balls.
I mean, Dirk could probably shoot 3.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be there.
He could do that. There are too many things that could be misinterpreted as. We need it to be 1 basketball leaving 1 man's hand.
Yeah. Love the idea, but yeah, just one ball.
Yeah.
That's all
We just got to fine tune it. Just fine tune it a little bit.
You don't have MJ in Chicago with the fucking stretched out arm like in Space Jam.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Do the one-legged fadeaway and everybody will be happy.
That's yes.
Talking about playing good teams. We got Chicago tonight, and they're on a 10-game win streak. Number one in the East.
Yeah. They're the hottest team in the NBA right now.
Yeah. We better put on our big boy pants.
Yeah. Yeah. They're rolling right now.
Oh, God. Yeah. I'm excited for that game tonight. To be honest, it might have been a good thing the Cowboys played yesterday because now we got hockey and basketball today.
Yeah.
We won't be too sporadic. So, yeah, we got Chicago tonight. Going for 10 straight wins, or they have 10. They're going for 10 or 11. It's a fucking lot. Big game. And then we got the Knicks on Wednesday, at the Grizz on Friday, and then we got the Magic at home next Saturday. That wraps up the week for the Mavs. Anything left on them?
Man, just watch out, Chicago. We're in the business of snapping streaks this week. We're about to get into Stars. Talk about kind of what they did yesterday. Cowboys snapped the Eagles winning streak. So we're definitely we got afternoon hockey and basketball this evening, so we'll be able to watch both.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I know you will. I'll definitely be tuned in to that game. So hopefully we keep it rolling, this streak snapping shit we got going on. Like I said, it's been a good week to be a Nortex fan.
Absolutely.
So we'll hop over to the Stars and kind of put some more context to the streak snapping shit. But yeah, the Mavs are doing what the Mavs need to do right now. Fifth in the Western Conference, like 40 games in. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, can't complain one bit. Winning. We're winning across the board.
Yep.
Keeping it going. Finally playing fucking hockey. Finally.
Yeah.
God, it feels like it's been months. Damn near was. Geez, Thursday. What a way to come back from this break of games. 3 weeks without hockey. We come back to a 6-5 win in a shootout over Florida. Just pure chaos is that game.
Yeah, it was a junior high game. That's one of the hottest teams in the NHL, if not the hottest team. They're massacring people. Yeah, and we're just like, yeah, we'll go punch for punch with you. No big deal.
And that's what it was. Just punch for punch.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe the game, what to say about the game. I mean, obviously we gave up a lot of goals, but we scored a lot of goals. I mean, it was just back and forth the whole fucking time. It was fun.
Yeah, there are games, I guess I mean, we all know that's going to happen. You probably realize pretty quick, like, hey, maybe the premise of this game isn't going to be not give up goals. It's just going to be score more goals than them. So that's exactly what we did.
Hey, that's sports. Score more than the other team, you win.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why everybody's defense wins championships. Well, lucky for us, that wasn't a championship game. So, fucking, it was wild. There's a lot of stats out there. I mean, if you follow the Stars like we do, you looked them up, you were watching the game. Kind of got to see Dennis Gurianov get hot again, which is good because he carried that over into yesterday.
Yep.
He had 3 points. Jamie Benn had 2 points. That was big because that's that second line that we've talked about a lot. It's been very stagnant. So that Ben Sagan Gurianov line or Brad's occasionally pops in there, but that line had been kind of cold, and it was nice to see them get involved in a bloodbath and just do what we need. Yeah, what we needed, captains and alternate captains and someone who is young that we have a lot of stock in this team as. It's nice to see them perform. So.
Oh yeah. And yeah, I mean the 5 goals, that sucks, but Holtby stepped it up when it was shootout time. He said, "All right, let's fucking finish this game."
We're a fucking shootout team now.
Yeah.
That's shit. Wow, that's news. I mean, unless you just became a Dallas Stars fan this season, like you're okay with 3v3 hockey. But you go into every 3v3 hockey and you're just like, we have to finish this now because we are the furthest fucking thing from a shootout team.
Exactly.
So anyone that is on Stars Twitter knows that. Like if you check Stars Twitter, that's all you see. It's like, oh fuck, another shootout. Here we go, a shootout. Yep. Chalk this up as nailed, blah, blah, blah. Braden Holtby said, no, we're done with that.
I gave up 5 goals, no more.
Yeah. So crazy wild game.
Man, and then yesterday, Penguins started out slow. We gave up 2 goals in the first. And I don't know everybody looks slow. It's just we look kind of lost. And then after the first intermission, we come back out and everybody's fucking mad. And there was a lot of physical play in the second, third periods. Hell, even partially in the first after we went down to it. Everybody just looked fucking mad. So like, you know what? Play some goon hockey. Let's start fucking people up. We're getting rough. And it pissed everybody off enough to play hockey is what happened. And shut them down after that. Like you said, Guryanov with a goal. Freaking Jason Robertson with 3 assists. All 3 goals. Looked amazing. We just turned it around in the second and third period just after getting our asses handed to us in the first. And, I mean, everybody just looked pissed off. Just that first period wasn't us. We're fucking sick of it. And we're not getting bullied. We're not giving up 6 goals. We're not giving up 5 goals. Turned around and played great. That's what we needed. And ended, their 10-game win streak?
10-game, yeah.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. Sorry about you. We were fucking just cutting streaks off at the knees yesterday. It doesn't matter what sport you play. Yeah, it's like you said. Jason Robertson is just one of those players that, man, when you just look at him, when you watch him skate, when he's out on the ice, like he's like a fucking assassin, man. He seems so harmless. He's skating around. He's just like doing his job, playing on the puck. And then just casually over the game, you're like, wait, he's got an assist on all 3 goals.
Yeah.
And it still seems like there are tons of teams that aren't tracking this guy. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He's a great hockey player. Phenomenal.
We watch him. We know how good he is.
Yeah. But it just still seems to me like there are teams that are not tracking him. Like every time he's on the ice, there's something's getting done. He might not score the goal, but he's contributing to the goal. It's fucking incredible. He's 22 years old, 21 years old, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big Jason Robertson guys.
Yeah.
And I think we've hit on it before in past episodes. Keep not paying attention to it.
Yeah, please.
We're all right
fine with that. We're totally fine with that. But just across all the sports, keep not paying attention to him. Keep not covering Cedric Wilson. You guys keep doing all the shit you're doing. It's working out very well for us. So
yeah. We got a good week of hockey too. We got St. Louis today. The Seattle Crackheads Wednesday, and then we go to Florida Friday and Tampa Bay Saturday. We're gonna round out this week with some very, very good hockey.
Yeah. Yep.
But,
we always love the Florida fucking Stanley Cup rematch bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So
hey, I don't know the last time Dallas has lost at the Cowboys and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think it was the last loss.
Yeah.
We're not losing anymore.
Yeah. So maybe ever. We might not ever lose another game ever.
Anybody.
Watch out.
Anything left on them?
The John Klingberg shit.
Yep. We got it.
That came out. So that was I don't know who it was. It sounded like Mike Heika who asked the question. So I mean, if you're following the Stars, you know it's a thing. All the way back to last offseason, they're trying to get some sort of extension with Klingberg. He was drafted by the Stars. His whole career has been with the Stars since 2010, I think.
Yeah.
he wants to say a star. Long story short, that came to light yesterday. It was just, hey, what somebody had put out there's been some trade rumors. They asked him about it. He was like, no, not so much really, like not from my perspective. He's like, but like extension talk has kind of gone silent. Like, and he said he's obviously frustrated about it, which is understandable. So I was kind of just roaming the old Twitter sphere. And one thing that I did notice, which I guess I thought about it when it happened last off season, and it's kind of just been brought back to light since all of this happened last night. A lot of people are saying we gave Ryan Suter John Klingberg's money.
I was wondering if that's what you're about to say, because if not, I was saying it.
And I don't disagree with it.
No. If you follow Stars hockey, you don't disagree with it.
Yeah. So I knew we picked him up for, and I knew we picked him up on a 4-year deal. And then when I looked and saw there was $15 million, I was like, okay, well,
yeah,
that's definitely someone else's money.
Absolutely. So John, if you're listening, we agree with you.
Yeah.
That should be your money. That should be your contract. Not that we don't like Suter, but Klingberg is getting the shit into the stick right now, and I don't know how the hell we didn't give him that contract.
Yeah. We have Ryan Suter's contract through his. It's either 39 or 40 age.
Jesus Christ!
At $15 million. So like, what is? I mean, like almost $4 million a year. And we have a top 2 defensive guy. It's another thing that's crazy to me is we signed Miro on a long-term 8-year, $8 million AAV, like it's nothing, like it's not a big deal. And he's our other top 2 defensive guy.
Yeah.
Like obviously the two of them don't play the top line together. But that's because they're both great at managing a defensive line by themselves. So that makes sense. So we're going to give Miro this and even if you don't want to go, if you say John's older, he's already been in the league, 8-10 years, then the Ryan Suter contract is perfect for him. So
because he's still a great defenseman.
Phenomenal. Yeah. He's one of the best skaters on the team. I don't care who says otherwise. Like his footwork in the top of the zone is great. There's times, yes, he loses the puck. It goes outside the zone. We have to fucking pull out and reset. But there are also some very fucking good John Klingberg fucking toe drags and fucking puck handling videos out there.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of got lost in that little rabbit hole yesterday, and I was like, I got lost in somebody's like analytics Twitter page, and I was like, holy shit, like we absolutely gave the wrong money to the wrong person. So I think John Klingberg realized that. I don't know if his agent told him that or if he just figured it out on his own, but he was kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of frustrated by it. So,
well, like I said, everybody that actually follows Stars hockey agrees. I mean, should never be at this point. And it sucks to see. It fucking sucks. Hopefully they can figure something out. The way it's going, it doesn't seem very good. And I think, did they talk with him about possibly trade possibilities again this year?
Someone brought it up. So some random, like generic, what I saw is, I don't have the guy's name. So whatever, we're not big enough for you to sue me anyways. We don't have any liquid assets. So sorry, I don't have your Twitter handle.
You want the other half of my mimosa?
Yeah.
Come get
it. He kind of put it out there, and then it was like a 50-50 split. Like a lot of people, more Stars relatable and close to the Stars, were like, this doesn't really seem super credible. There were some people that had said like, oh yeah, this guy's, said some shit trying to get ahead of it in the past, and it ended up being unreliable. So, and then I know John said like he was frustrated about it, but he also didn't think that it was to the level that media was making it out to be. So,
and big on John too. We hit on it with Cooper a while ago with the Cowboys. John has even more reason to be frustrated than even Cooper does. I mean, granted, different sports, different topics, different things, but John has been very, very professional about it in his own way too. He's tried to negotiate. He said that. Stars aren't doing it. I mean, it's not a one-way street for either of them. If someone doesn't want to negotiate, they don't want to negotiate right now. So if Stars don't want to negotiate with him, there's nothing he can do about it, which sucks because he says he wants to stay. He wants to be a Star. But he has carried it really well. He's been professional about it the whole time. And it's been longer. It's been at least 2 years now that he's dealt with this shit. Hopefully something gets figured out, but the way it's going, it just does not look like it's going to end up good for us. But love John, fucking hate the way it's going. Maybe this will kick it all up. Maybe the Stars Twitter world will get pissed off enough and make the front office fucking do something.
Yeah.
Whether it's not the way we go, at least fucking do something. Explain something to the guy. That's about all I got on it. It's terrible. But there's definitely more to come.
Yeah. We got the Blues today, afternoon hockey. So aside from all the front office shit that we can't control, I mean, we're playing good. Just keep it rolling.
Oh, yeah. Little baseball talk. Apparently CBA negotiations are soon to start up. Thank God. Hopefully here within the next week, at least start negotiating, figuring shit out so we can get it done before spring training. Hell, we're barely over a month out before pitchers and catchers report. So it's time to get some shit figured out. There's still a shit ton of free agents left out there. Glad to see that they're about to start talking. We don't really have any news on it, but at least the ball is about to start moving. So we're heading the right way with baseball. Number 2 draft prospect. We said we'd talk draft prospects since we got the 3rd overall pick this year while we don't have baseball topics. Jamar Johnson. He's a middle infielder from Atlanta, Georgia, coming out of high school. 5'10", 175 pounds. Throws right, bats left. I like this kid. I like him a lot. I ended up watching a lot of film on him yesterday. I went down my own rabbit hole. Even videos and listening to this kid talk. I loved it. I'm a big Jamar Johnson fan right now. I don't think he falls to us. I think he does go 1 or 2, but this kid, he's smart. Listening to him talk was one of my favorite things, let alone just watching him play, watching him work out. He's smart. He knows what he's working on. He knows what he's doing. And I mean, even just critiquing his own self with little bitty things and the way he goes about preparing himself for days, preparing himself for practice. Just impressed the hell out of me. This kid is stupid smart. I think that's going to go a long way. He's kind of small. Don't know if he'll fit in a shortstop role. Might end up being a second baseman. He's got Gold Glove caliber glove. His fielding is ridiculous. It is beautiful, fluid. Just the kid's, if he's healthy, he's going to be a hell of a big leaguer. His defense is great. At the plate, super, super strong legs. Pretty smooth swing. Pops up a lot, it looks like. That's the only thing I kind of had circled bad. Pops a lot up in the infield. But when he is not popping the ball up, he is knocking the piss out of it. And it's great watching him. Like I said, I watched perfect game videos, like games. I watched freaking workouts. I listened to the kid talk. He's great. When he's not popping the ball up, he can damn near put the ball where he wants. He can drive it the other way, sit there and drive it the other way. And that was one thing I loved about it was he was talking, he's still in high school. It's like high school ball. He said you see a lot of just curve balls, change ups, because nobody's blowing 99 past you every single time out. So he's like, I'm good enough. Like, I know I could sit there and just turn on these kids pretty much all day. He said, but I'm trying to get better. So sitting on these off speeds, he's like, I'm sitting there. I'm just trying to put it to left center. Just trying to go opposite field every single time to the gap. The kid is so fucking smart. I love it. My other big thing I love about this kid, his perfect game stats said he runs a 6.65 60. That is fucking fast. And perfect game's not gonna lie about their fucking numbers.
Boy, quick.
Fast. So I went to looking. Trey Turner runs about a 6.7. And it's one of the fastest guys in the league.
Boy, quick.
Yeah. That one stuck out to me huge. For me, I love this kid. He's not even 18 years old yet. He will be by the time draft comes around, I think. Maybe. Shit, maybe not. Going to be a hell of an athlete. Like I said, if he stays healthy, he's going to be a great big leaguer. Shortstop, second base, somewhere up the middle. Like I said, I just don't think he falls to 3. I think he's too good. He's going to be a 1 or 2 guy. But, I mean, if he fell, I wouldn't be upset about it at all. But that's my take on Tamar Johnson. I don't know what you got, but I'm a big fan of the kid.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I wrote down, he's quick. He's very confident. He has a lot of, I guess, maturity, kind of the word that you said. I may get burned for this. I don't know. I think he goes 1. I think he goes 1 to the Orioles.
I really think he does too.
Just because of what they need. 2019, they drafted Rushman. 20, they take Heston Kjerstad from Arkansas. And now they're playing Rushman more. I mean, he's obviously a catcher. And then homeboy, what was the guy they took last year? Kowser, right? I think they took Kowser last year.
I think so.
With the 5 picks. So that's a big, you have Kjerstad, Kowser, Cedric Mullins. Their outfield looks really well put together. The only name that I'm familiar with on their infield aside from Trey Mancini is Ruben Odor.
Yeah.
So I think they'll have the opportunity to take him, and for all the reasons you said. We talked about it last week. Drafting baseball is much different. You're not drafting players you want to see in the next year, but you can kind of collectively take 2 or 3 years worth of draft picks and see what a team's trying to build in the 3, 4, 5 years coming. So they've gone with their franchise catcher, first baseman, whatever role Adley Rushman's going to play. Heston Kjerstad, as long as he stays healthy. I watched him almost every one of his games at Arkansas. He's a phenomenal bat. Great right fielder. They have Cedric Mullins, who's young, if they keep him around. So it wouldn't surprise me if they really do go after the needs of a middle infielder. I think for us, kind of like you said, I don't think he falls to us. And I don't know, especially if we were in a position where someone like we talked about last week, like Drew Jones was still out on the board. We've kind of locked up our middle infield for the next, 5-8 years. Not saying that we don't need to grow prospects, but you also hit last week that we have a very good middle infield prospect system. So, he's a great player. I didn't really dive into what the D-backs need because they have the 2 pick, but as I got into the Orioles, I thought, man, with what they've picked the last 3 years, what they have loaded right now in their farm system, it wouldn't surprise me if he went 1.
Right.
So
not upset at all if he falls to 3, but
yeah.
I mean, we can just boost the farm system. That's more trade pieces, but like you said, I really think this kid will probably go 1. The further I got in the research of this kid, watching this kid, listening to this kid, I loved him. If I'm Baltimore, I'm all over this kid. And I can tell you one thing, 1 and 2 in right in Atlanta, or close to Atlanta, maybe a lot of Baltimore, Arizona, Texas scouts in the Atlanta, Georgia area this next spring.
Yeah. That ain't wrong.
Man, my Texas Heat won Greg Zerline. That's the only thing that really scares me going into the playoffs.
Yep.
Where we can score points. Our defense is good. I mean, we're a great fucking football team. He's missed, I believe it's 6 extra points and 6 field goals apiece this year. I read that he has confidence to play, that he's not worried himself after last night's game. But for me, that's my one worry. Greg's got to be more reliable when it's win or go home.
Yeah.
We can't be missing these extra points, field goals in the first quarter, then turn out lose by fucking 3. Hard to really have a Texas Heat when you're literally not fucking losing anybody. But Greg's mind, it's playoffs, it's win or go home. We can't lose by fucking 3 because we're missing extra points and field goals. So that's mine.
Same. That's a good one. For me, a little more administrative. We hit on it earlier, Klingberg. Mine's Jim Neal. We, like you said, we're upwards of like almost closer to 2 years of dealing with this Klingberg thing. Yep. He's been Dallas loyal, true and true. He's very obviously, one of our top 2 defensemen. If second only to Miro Heiskanen, which is totally fine by us. You got to find a deal to make this thing happen. Especially if you're trying to justify, we're making these moves because this is our cup run, blah blah blah. If that's your rationale for bringing in Ryan Suter, then John Klingberg deserves at a minimum the same amount of money.
Absolutely.
Got to find a way to make it happen. That's on Jim Neal. I do think he is a good negotiator. He's been a very good GM. We have the roster that we have because of him. So he has to find a way to make that happen. We can't really afford to lose Klingberg. If we lose him in a trade, it's going to be for a top 4 type defenseman, not a top 2, or maybe even a bottom 2 type guy and picks in the future, stuff like that. If you're really saying, hey, this is our cup run the next 2-3 years, you got to bring John Klingberg back. He's in his prime. He's 27, I think, 28. Put him on a 3-year deal, 4-year deal. He knows that's going to be the big one. We know that's going to be the big one. You just got to make it happen if you're Jim Neal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that. My lone star though this week, I'm going Dak. I looked at other places, but I'm going Dak. After his calf injury, I mean, it's been a little rough. Still scoring points, but hasn't been himself. Like I hit on earlier, 21 for 27, 295, 5 TDs. Didn't even play last fucking quarter. Dak looked great. We needed that going into the playoffs. Sweeping the division at Philadelphia, our most fucking hated division rival. Shoving it up their ass. Dak looked great. We needed that going into the playoffs. Great night. Great night for everybody. But Dak, quarterback, leader of the team. Keep it rolling. I love it.
Yeah, that's what you want. Like I said, or like you said, I mean, keeps it out of reach, composed game. There was never a point, where it's like, oh man, that's the quarterback of America's team. You gotta perform like you perform. No picks, no terrible irrational decisions, 6 incompletions. Should look good. That's what we want going in. Especially with the inconsistencies of Zerline. I mean, if we got Dak throwing 5 in the end zone, every week, that keeps us a lot more out of those iffy field goal situations. So
right.
I agree.
That's at least 30 points without extra points.
Right. Right. So, and the way that our defense is playing, I'd put money on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sticking with the Cowboys, I went Ced Wilson, just because fucking man, what a great opportunity for him. Like we said, unfortunate. We fucking love Michael Gallup. It's a shitty situation what happened. No one anywhere was ever like, this gets Ced a shot, but that is the silver lining in it. Cedric Wilson is pretty much the 3 guy now. He's getting a lot of looks out of the slot, and he just fucking dominates the middle of the field. It's disgusting what he does.
Oh yeah,
he eats linebackers up left and right. he did great yesterday. 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. We've been saying it for 3 weeks now. He's going to ride his own contract. We hope that we can get in the mix with that, but if not, good for him.
Absolutely.
He fucking dominated it yesterday. We're not going to have Gallup for the playoffs. That's obvious. So this is stuff we want to keep seeing.
Yeah.
So
keep not paying attention to him.
Yeah. Please keep not paying attention to him. I kind of hope in my head, like he's been a small enough figure that a lot of teams haven't allocated a lot of time to him. And so now we see situations like yesterday. But he's our 3 for now for the playoffs. He's just destroying the slot. So hopefully he keeps doing that. So that's what I got.
Yeah, man. 0 losses this week. It's fun to be a Dallas Nortex fan right now. Hopefully we keep it going. Hopefully beat the Blues here in a little bit. Hopefully we snap a Bulls win streak this evening and keep fucking winning. Cowboys 4 more wins. Let's go fucking do it.
FOMO wins.
Don't know who we got yet, like you said. It's almost noon, so the rest of the NFL game is about to kick off. By the time you listen to this, you'll know where we're going, where we're playing. Playing in Dallas, but who we got, what it looks like. But yeah, fun to be a Nortex guy right now.
Yep.
So, we will see y'all next week.
See you guys.